Yes.
So when did you actually start like recording?
So recording. So after university,
Okay.
after getting my degree, so I said I think I want to go into the field as a recording and performing artist and touring artist.
Okay. But
Because
when you finished, when you graduated, did
mm,
you first like go and like join a band like full time for some time?
okay, after my graduate, of course, even before the graduation, because when you do your final dissertation and research, it takes some months before you graduate.
Yes.
So after that, I moved to West Africa immediately.
Immediately?
Yes,
How did that happen?
because I wanted it to happen. So I said I'm going to West Africa now.
You didn't know anyone there? Was someone invited you or?
Well, it's a funny story. Um, I knew a fella there. I knew a fella in Senegal called Philly, and I knew a guy in Gambia called Alaji, who was a big music star on the Kora. But I got to know Alaji through another friend who had lived with Alaji. I had a friend in Stockholm
Okay.
who knew these people. But one thing I didn't tell you, for many years, I was a big fan of West African music and art and everything about West Africa, especially Francophone West Africa. I loved Senegalese music, I loved Malian music, I loved music from Guinea. I always looked for records from those places through many ways. I used to be on the search to get these records and listen to them. So I used to love Yusundu and Salif Keita's music and Ismailo. So I said, you know, I want to go into West Africa. I want to discover what they do different and how I can borrow their sound to make something in line with that, something rich with African instruments. And I want to make friends. You know, the friends you make is where you end up. You know, because my comparison was Jose Camillo and Bebe Cool. They went to Nairobi to search for something.
Yes.
Which put them somewhere. So the line of my work, for me, I thought Dakar and Bamako was the maker for world and folk music. So I had to go there by all means.
Okay. So who did you talk to? Because you had a few connects.
Yeah, I had connects. I called people. I said, I need to come to Senegal. I need to come to Gambia. What do I said? Okay. Then I told my mama, I think I'm going to Senegal very soon. Of course, it was hard. The ticket was expensive. And it was just trying because there was nothing definitive.
But you were determined to
Because
go.
I couldn't afford a hotel. It's expensive. If you're going to stay in a place for 2 months, either you rent a house or a hotel, or I didn't know what to expect. You know, when you want something, but also you have the fear. So you go without fear.
Yes.
So no, with the money I was saving left and right, and with support from my mother, I bought my ticket, moved to Dakar.
Okay.
Yeah, I moved to Dakar just like that. Found my way.
How did you find your way?
I just found my way through Dakar. At the airport, I just got a cab. I told them take me to Charoy
Okay.
because I knew when I got to Charoy, I would find. I had an idea of the area where I would find one of these families that were into the music. So I moved there. They took me. I got there. I said, okay. Of course, I told him, oh, Joel would come and you know.
Okay.
So I stayed there for a while. No, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy because of the French. I didn't speak French.
That was a challenge.
It was a challenge. The food was a challenge because if you're used to our food in Uganda, the food in West Africa is it's a different thing altogether. Okay, there's rice, but pepper, a lot of pepper.
Very spicy.
Yeah, very spicy. Yeah, but anyway, I tried to adapt to the way things
Did you
move.
manage at least to start working? Was that at least?
No, I did actually touch an instrument for a month because I was trying to see. I was lost. I wanted to know how do I start. You know, of course you see people playing, but okay, what should I tell them?
What do you say?
Teach me. How much am I going to pay them? Yeah, so okay, I'm here, but I'll find my way. So I stayed there, passively watching things, trying out things, connecting dots left and right. After I moved to Gambia now, I said now I think I need to move to the Gambia.
So you were there for a few months?
Yeah, I was in Senegal for over 1.5 months plus, or even 2. So I moved to Gambia now. When I reached the Gambia, the fella who had to host me was not home. He had gone to Oslo in Norway. And I arrived at night. Luckily, wow.
When you look back now.
Yeah, when I look back, actually, these are all gambles of life. Like, you do things as a teenager, or not a teenager, but okay, a young adult. Like, okay, what if this happened? So I arrived and this guy is not home. But then the wife, these guys have big homes. You can find like a home has like probably 20 people living there because they live as extended families there. It's really, the extended family component is still very active, very much respected.
Okay.
The grandmother is there, the children are there, the cousins are all in the same home. So I told these guys, I'm here to meet Alaji. He told me I should come, but maybe I can wait for him. They said, okay, get a room. So they go, a room, yeah, but it was a store where they keep their drums. And life was hard. You're used to being home, good bathroom, hot water, a bed net. Oh,
you're in a store.
Yeah, I even fell ill from there. I almost died because I got malaria. After a while, I got malaria. 3 weeks I was down. Yeah, it was tough.
And he still was not back?
No. So after a few weeks he came back because he had gone on tour. So he came back. Then I told him, yeah, it's me, the friend to Ritva. Ritva told me I should. So Ritva told me, okay. He said, okay, how can we help you? I said, I want to learn about your music and blah blah. He said, okay, you're welcome in our home and we shall eat together. So those guys actually, they hosted me for free.
They took you in.
Yeah, they took me in. I used to eat with them. Everything they shared with me, and I always remember that because people say pay this much to stay with us because they're not rich people. Also, they're really it's a traditional family, and also the cost of living is a problem for them. Yeah. Imagine one person, this musician Alaji, rest in peace, is now dead since 2 years. He was the breadwinner, sole breadwinner for the whole. He was taking care of like 25 people in his home.
Right.
So like when he went on tour, all the money he got, he had to use it, and he had like 3 homes. Muslims with polygamy, you have a wife here, so you stay 2 days here, 2 days the other side, everywhere you are.
You have to take care.
But they helped really, and it gave me a good springboard into my next chapter.
Okay.
So from that, West Africa became a very major phase into my plans. At least every year to go.
Okay.
And meet people. So then when I came back here in 2000, I think 6 or 7. Now that's when I say now it's time to record. It's time to make shows. It's time to look for good contacts. It's time to travel the world and see what I can do. So
you felt at that point you were ready? So you come back, and then what happened when you came back? Because of course you had to kind of find your way, foundation. So you already had your contacts that you had kept in touch with?
Here in Uganda? So, not primarily, but at least I knew how I could make some things happen. I had friends who are living here who had stayed here. So my first thing was to try to make an awareness, make concerts, because I knew it was hard to get space on radio, and it's still very hard, but the stage would be the best testimony for what I want to do. So I used the stage as my testimony to put my art there, to get some funds and also to get some partners. So I contacted the Alliance Française. Back then I said, oh, this is my idea. I'm building a style of music that blends West Africa and East Africa, and I want to make a show.
Okay.
I said, oh really? Okay, let's try. And so we organized a show at the Alliance. Then it was in Mackinnon Road or something. I think at the theater. One of those, yeah, at the theater.
The National Theater.
Yes. I think the ticket was 2,000 shillings. Yes. So a few people came, and then I got a good media reports. That's the best thing. Media archiving is a bigger part of music, of career building, because these are things you show people of how far you have been trying and why you are still trying.
They'll mark your progress, actually.
Exactly. So 2,000 shillings, we announced the show. Then after the next week we had some articles. Oh, Joel Sebunjo is back. That was good for me. I mean, it was a good springboard, and then it was actually the real awakening of alternative art on stages. I would say this proudly. I was the first guy who threw that stone to say that actually, even if you're not on the radio, you can still make a concert, and people will come and see what you can do, and then life will move on. So I put that stone into the public, and people came out and people liked my show. It was nice. I was happy. And yes, so from that point in time, I said I'll be making 2 shows every year, which I did. I used to make 2 shows every year in Kampala.
Okay.
At the Ndere Center, and maybe at the National Theatre, but I did that consistently. For all those years, I was doing 2 shows, growing slowly.
Like you said, I mean, it's not like the commercial music that people are used to.
Yes.
So I'm sure a lot of people were finding out about you when they would see you on stage.
Exactly. People have to find you on stage. Yeah, that's the address, I
mean, because I know the first time I ever saw you, perform, and I was like, saw all the instruments, and I was like, wow.
Yeah. So within a short time, actually, because there's a way the universe really puts opportunities. That same year I came back. Then I get a call from there was one guy called Gal. It was called Gal. He was from Israel. His dream was to make a jazz festival in Uganda. So they contacted, oh man, I want to make a jazz festival, but I think you're one of the guys we want to work with, and we think you have a good potential to do what we want.
Okay.
Warid was opening in Uganda, so they made the Warid Jazz, and
the International Jazz Festival.
Warid International Jazz Festival. So before I know, wow, these guys are giving me so much to do so much, and to be on billboards, with Isaiah Katuma, with Miriam Makeba, with all these people, was Miriam Makeba, Oliver Mtukuzi, and then now that was a real explosion of world music, because I think that festival was the first major event where you didn't see mainstream artists. It was dedicated to alternative creatives.
Yes.
So that was also the first major festival that brought a lot of people to know that actually you can make a festival, which is otherwise. So we did it. It was very nice.
Very good turnout. I remember.
Very turnout in Munyonyo. It was big, paid us good money. After that, I went back to West Africa. I said, now this is the business. These guys are giving me so much. It's time to go back and do even more.
Okay.
So I went back on my escapades there to try to get my things.
So is that when you started working with some other people?
Yeah. Now.
At which point did you do your first album?
My first album came now in 2010.
Okay.
Was it 2010? Maybe even earlier. Probably 2009. I think I released the album. Actually, I released 2 albums in the same year. I released the album called The Ganda Monday Crossroads. Then I released an album called The Heart of a Griot. It was a double album which was released by the World Music Store in the United States. So 2009 actually.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 albums came out. Now at that point, shows started coming.
You started getting busy at that
point.
Because
I also had got a bit conversant with the internet, how it works, how you can reach out to people, because the internet is a bigger part of what we do.
Yes.
If you're in global business, you really need the internet. You need to spend as much hours online, figuring out how things are moving everywhere. So I was using the internet to connect, because I didn't have management then. I was independently managed artist. I used to do my own work.
Okay.
So before I knew, then more shows came from Europe. I was now traveling so much, especially in the Scandinavia, Finland, Denmark, Sweden. I was really getting a lot of shows from then. Now this is how I got to meet now the big stars in the business that are now getting the real interface with these guys, because I used to open for some of them, you know, like the Etran Finatawa, like the Tinariwen, big desert blues band, and the Ismailos. That's how I got to meet these guys now when I moved in Europe a lot.
And these are people you'd follow them.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. Now I was meeting them one-on-one and making friends with them and being one of their own, and my story was quite intriguing for them. Like, okay, a Ugandan who knows our home, he knows our music, and he can play as good as us. Because when I went to West Africa, I brought the kora from there. I picked the kora and brought it into Ugandan music.
Right.
Yeah, so that made me stand out, because I was probably the first, or if not the only East African to ever bring a kora instrument to them into our music.
Yeah.
So,
and I think that's what's so limiting for some artists, the fact that they only know a certain repertoire and they don't go beyond that.
Yeah, indeed. Because back then West African world music was so much selling. So my idea was, if you can't beat them, first join them, make a name, then bring what you think could be different. But first go into what is known. Because my strength was, I'm a Ugandan, but I'm playing as good as them. I'm playing their stuff as good as them, and even I add my own stuff.
Yeah, okay.
So that brought attention from the world. Who is this non-Senegalese who is doing stuff? And then it gave me a good opening to go into the world and move, and yeah.
So at that point, did you have like a plan, or you were also, so much was just happening and you were just going?
Yeah, there was no plan. Of course, there was a plan with no plan. There was a plan with no plan, because I was trying to find my road. When you're finding your road amidst, because there are 1 million+ artists looking for the same stage with you.
Yes.
So if you get that stage, just use it and do what you have to do to your best, because sometimes if you want to make a plan, that plan may never work. So follow the natural instincts of what you have to do, and just be how you say, just be I don't know the word.
What, spontaneous or
not spontaneous.
Open to?
Yeah, open. Yes. Okay, believe. Probably believe. Belief is the best strength you can have. Believe that it can happen. Because I didn't know one day I could be on the same poster with a man like you. So I don't know. I didn't know I could be friends with Salif or with Baba Mal or with. For me, the fact that I can even call now and talk to these guys on my small mobile, and for me that's already an achievement. Like these are heroes that I dreamt of when I was in university, but now they became part of
your story,
my story, and my everyday thoughts. Like I would say, oh Habib, I think I want to do this. Could you do that? It's not that
so
easy.
You can call for advice. You can work together on
exactly
projects.
Exactly. You can propose projects and they'll take you serious, because they're not ordinary artists. They're great guys, but the fact that they respect, and they're much older than me by many years, probably some are by 40 years, some by 30 years. But for me, the mere fact that some of these guys give me their ear and take my word serious, it's a good achievement. That they respect my persona.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that you talked about belief, because right from the beginning, like you said, there was fear,
yes,
but somewhere in there was belief.
Indeed.
Just going. You don't really know what you're going to.
Just have to go. Yeah, because the things we have done is by believing. And God has helped me to do pioneering things for my generation in what I'm doing. Because even when I started, people were very shy about holding traditional instruments. But there are tens and tens of young guys who really want to take a career into folk and world. I see them, they even just playing.
And it was so rare.
Yeah, it was rare. Everyone wants to be a rapper, wanted to do this and that. But now, I think alternative music has become a bigger part of Ugandan creativity. There's many young people doing good music through that, and that is nice. And that is nice.
You're proud of that?
Yes, because we believe that it's possible.
Yeah.
Sponsors can give hundreds of millions to people. Jazz has become something big in Uganda. You see John Walker and all these people putting in a lot of money. But because this thing has a story of people who believe in alternative ideas, and yeah, and even it will even be much bigger.